Hello, good morning everybody. Hope you are having a nice morning. So we'll start first with the chart on our screen, which is EURUSD. We are not going to look at it from the weekly. We already know the monthly is a sell, weekly should be a sell. There's some retracement on the weekly. So we'll only be focusing on the 1 hour, 30 minutes, and even lesser time frame for today. So on the 1 hour, this is what we had: a very good trend line running from this point here up to this level. As you can see, the price perfectly respected the trend line. It came back up, but then it failed to close above this trend line. So what this means is you're supposed to continue upwards, downwards, as long as the price remains below the trend line which we drew. This should act as a good resistance. So previously we had a resistance like this, a very good resistance, and then we had this as a resistance also, and then we also had this as a good resistance. So on the lower side we have this level here, also have this, a very good support. So as you can see, this was from 5th of September. We had a support, continued up, it came back as a support, continue up as a support, a support. So we are basically expecting price to proceed down like this and even go below 1.10237, then retrace back, or we see another big move towards this level, the lower one. So generally this is a very good sell, and if price can go, as we've mentioned, that the price can break below, we wait for retracement, then we sell it up to this level. Okay. If price can break below, it can do whatever we are saying, that it can proceed downwards, we'll wait for retracement and we sell it from that point up to around 1.09737. Another good place to sell from is here. So technically we are looking for a sell, but only if price goes below this level. That will be a very good place to sell from. The price needs to break below, retrace back, then continue selling it even further to the lower side. So we move forward to the next symbol, PUSD. USD somehow is consolidating. We have this resistance, then we also have this level here. So we are like in a range. There is no breaking above it and there's no breaking below it. So if price breaks above this range here, we'll expect it to proceed to the upper side. And if price breaks below the same range, we'll expect it to continue downwards up to this level here. So technically, a break below this line, the immediate line which I've just drew a line below, we'll expect a retracement, then a continuation back towards this level here. So wait for break below, a retracement, then you pick a sell up to around 1.2205. The 30 minutes chart, the same thing. You can see there's a very good range here. So basically this is, as long as the price does not break above or breaks below, we will trade reversals. That is, if price bounces off from the upper line, we sell. If it bounces back from the lower line, we pick a buy. So either way, if it breaks any of these lines, we'll pick a trade in the direction of that breaker. So if it breaks above, we'll look for a buy. If it breaks below, we'll look for a sell. As it is, we are trading reversals. There's no clear place to trade from. Move forward, USD JPY. Okay. This alert and indicator is really good. It looks like we're having a very good trend. Let's look at how this looks. There's an active trend to the upper side. There are some indecisions here, but then those were cleared up yesterday. This indecision, then there was a clear sign for a buy from this point, and so far we've been bullish since then. So this means the price is continuing to the upper side. So you better be looking for buy positions. As long as this is happening, that the price is above this indicator here, expect a continuation to the upper side. There may be some retracements up to maybe this level here. or the next level is this, but overall we are still upward. So if as much as we are looking for a buy, we are also expecting a sell anytime. If price retraces back massively, then this should be the places to look for a buy from. We have to wait for this level here, or this level there, or even this one could be a good one. Either way, the overall trend is upwards, therefore remain with buy positions only. So any question? If you have any question, you feel free to post them. I expect to get a lot of questions concerning this pair, because somebody asked me exactly why I was saying this a buy despite the fact that there were some signs for a sell, and the answer to that was simple. On the monthly, we are actually bouncing off from a very good support, which is this. So this was when this was, which year was this? This was 2018 March. We had this as a resistance, it continued up as a support. So this is a support, sorry, not a resistance, a support, and we expected that to push price upward. So that is perfectly what is happening. The price is moving to the upper side, but it needs to break above this level first. This should be a zone. It needs to go beyond this zone here before we can say that this is now a buy. Price needs to clearly rise beyond this level. It needs to go beyond this resistance so that you can confirm that we are selling. We are buying. If you didn't buy it earlier, you can wait for this move to finish, then we pick a sell. But if you are not in any trade, you better be waiting for a sell from somewhere in between this zone here. Somewhere here. So we just need price to continue upwards, then it should give us a sell maybe on 1 hour chart or 30 minutes or even lesser. Either way, we are waiting for a sell on the monthly chart. We move forward to the next symbol, which is SP500. And before I move on with this, I want to say that SP500 is moving somewhere in the same direction with USDJPY. So if you'll be waiting for a sell on USDJPY, you better be waiting for the same sell on SP500. The two appears to be moving in the same direction. So if there's a buy on one, you look for a buy also on the next one. All of them are moving in the same direction. So this is how that chart looks on the monthly. 1 hour, this is what we have. Actually, 1 hour should be upwards. This is a bullish sign. This is why I'm saying this is a buy. We had a resistance. We had a resistance around this point here, where my red line is. I mark this as a zone. So we have this as support. There's a break above. The first retracement as support. Continued up, it came back as support. So this should give us a very good place to buy from up to the next level, which is this. So generally, if you've not bought anything in this pair, in this symbol, you could be waiting for a buy from 2979.0 or to 2977.6, somewhere in between this zone here. Then have a take profit at the top, which is 2990.4. Pick a buy, have your stop loss, and then have a take profit here. So we move forward to Brent oil. This is what Brent oil looks like. This should be a buy. There's a minor consolation, but overall we're supposed to be proceeding to the upper side. Just look at how clean this resistance is. A resistance. Continued down, it came back as a resistance. Continued down, came back as a resistance. Down, then there was a break, and then there's this fast retracement. So this does not mean you're supposed to buy immediately. If price comes back down, then the range which we've seen, which is this one, is actually the correct place to look for a buy from. This one. So you look for a buy as long as the price is above this zone here. We are still waiting for a sell. The indicator somewhere is showing us that we may be expecting a sell in the near future. But then as long as the price does not close below the zone which I've drawn, this should be still a good buy. We move forward to the next chart, which is gold. We have gold there, and so far this is how gold looks. We have an active downtrend, and then we have this as a resistance, a very good level where if price can come back to it, that will be a good place to sell from. Alternatively, if price can break below this level here, support, false break, if price can go below this level there, then we'll simply wait for a retracement before we can sell it even lower. So that is it. It's that simple. You wait for price to break below, retrace back, then you pick a sell up to the next level which you've seen. Overall, the trend is bearish, and we only need price to break below levels so that it traces back before we can sell it even further. We also had a level at the top, which is here. These are the places we wait for. So guys, that should be the end of today's market overview. We meet again in the afternoon. So today we're going to look at actually how to trade false breakouts. If you didn't attend the previous webinar how to trade false breakouts, you still have the chance to learn that in the afternoon. So thank you very much. See you again in the afternoon.